So 01, 02, 03, and 07 for Dustin. White flag in the air will go green flag racing. Next time by at the chalk line in turn number 4. The 23 of Rutan and the 47 exit Carufel. The 6N of Nida and the 2M of Daggett. The 19X of Grubaugh and the 3G of Norman. The 11 of Tim Allison and the 1R of Robinson. The 26, former champion here fast. And the 79 of Mann. Hartford Motor Speedway. It's time to go sprint car racing with the Engine Pro ASTS Sprint Sonder, presented by Victor Rhines. 8 laps to distance, 2 by 2, coming to the chalk line. Rutan leads the field down slowly, picks up the throttle. Green flag goes in the air. 3 abreast down the front stretch. Nearly contact between Daggett and Carufel. Rutan and Daggett will race side by side into the first corner. Give the lead to Dustin Daggett down the back straightaway. Ben Rutan holds down the second spot. Carufel in third, but he's feeling the heat from Tim Norman. Norman back in the fourth spot. Nida now slips up the racetrack. Here comes Sean Robinson challenging for the fifth spot on lap number 1. Robinson to the inside. Nida up top. Robinson stumbles on that berm, and here comes Brett Mann. Brett Mann already passed 4 cars. Mann disposes of Robinson. He'll move up to the 6th spot. 2 laps down, 6 laps to go, and England Machine until he raced number 1. Dustin Daggett having his way with this one. Ben Rutan in second. The 19X of Ryan Grubaugh, he'll pull off the speedway. This time by 3 laps in, 5 laps to go. Mann now up to the 5th spot. So the point leader now off the 5th. Norman still looking for a way around Carufel. Carufel slips a little bit off turn 2. Norman sees the opportunity, closing in the gap. Right now, everyone locked down into the middle of the speedway as we're halfway. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. Into the machine until he race number 1. Dustin Daggett with a full straightaway lead. Ben Rutan holds down the 2nd spot. Norman still looking for a way by Carufel. And Brett Mann in the 79 car rounding out the top 5. Norman looking inside, looking outside. Carufel doing a good job. Not getting off turn 2 though. That's where Norman picks up a lot of ground. Mann also able to gain 3rd, 4th, 5th all together on the speedway off the 4th corner with 2 laps to go. Norman this time by, goes to the outside, dives down the bottom. Carufel slips, not enough room to get by though. Wheel to wheel down the back straightaway as Dustin Daggett takes the white flag. 1 lap to go. Tim Norman now up to the 3rd spot. Carufel pitches the car off forward. Here comes Brett Mann. Slides up the racetrack. Mann looking for a way by Carufel. Meanwhile, checkered flag in the air. Dustin Daggett will win Ingram Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1. Ben Rutan will hold down the 2nd spot. 3rd at the line. It's going to go to Tim Norman. 4th will go to Brett Mann at the start-finish line, and Louis Carufel rounds out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of Ingram Machine and Tool Heat Race number 1 from Portland, Michigan. In the Mott Motorsports number 2M, it's Dustin Daggett. So the 35 of Blair and the 30 of Irwin, the 50 of Graybill, the 31 of Tennyson, the 70 of Lingard, the 19 of Bears, then the 22 of Schaefer, and the 7 of Darren Long, your starting field. Eight cars, 8 laps. Second and final qualifying heat race. For the King of Michigan, SOD Summer Nationals coming to the chalk line. Ron Blair, Steve Irwin bring the field down. Green flag goes into the air. Blair gets the jump into turn number 1. Irwin falls in behind him. Graybill into 3rd. Meanwhile, look at Darren Long. Darren Long by 4 cars in the first corner. Long up the 4th from 8th. Now right behind Mark Graybill. Meanwhile, front wing problems for Aaron Schaefer. His front wing collapses onto the front bumper. Big time trouble for the 22 car. Meanwhile, Graybill stumbles into the cushion. Contact at turn 2, upside down, Darren Long. Red flag out, contact between the 50 of Graybill and the 7 of Darren Long. Rolling over 3 times in the second corner, Dick Beebe and the Hartford Speedway Park safety crew. So the Hartford Motor Speedway safety crew right on the scene. As soon as we get a report from turn number 2, we'll let you know. Steve Irwin trying to keep pace. Good run from Mark Grable in the 3rd spot. Coming through turns 3 and 4, Blair slowly into the 4th corner, picks up the throttle, green flag goes in the air. One thing we're seeing different tonight, that berm on the inside has changed the racing line a little bit around the Hartford Motor Speedway. The bottom has come back in as you see Steve Irwin closing up on Ron Blair with 2 laps complete. Blair gets away back on the front stretch. Irwin is like a carp. He loves to feed off the bottom. Irwin will get wound up around the bottom. Blair will have to watch out. He sucks up through turns 3 and 4 up to the cushion to complete lap number 3. Blair and Irwin checking out the rest of the field. Grable in 4th. Bears actually 3rd. Bears moving down the 4th spot. Schaefer doing a good job hanging out of that car with the damaged front wing. This time by halfway through, 4 laps in. 4 laps to go. Ron Blair now opening up on a 4-car advantage over Steve Irwin. Slips a little bit off too though. That's going to allow Irwin to close up through turns 3 and 4. Off the 4th corner, Ron Blair continues to lead. Lane Automotive Comcast Heat Race number 2. Steve Irwin looking to get the bottom working. Then down the back straightaway, lap traffic will be a factor. The 70 car of Jim Lingar in front of your leaders with 2 more laps to go. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Blair runs up on the 70 car. Here comes Steve Irwin to the inside. Close action down the front straightaway. White flag is out. Blair clears the 70 car of Lingar. Now Irwin boxed him behind. Loses a lot of ground though. Through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag will be in the air for Ron Blair as the winner of Lane Automotive Comp Camps Heat Race number 2. The 30 of Steve Irwin will take the 2nd spot. 3rd will go the 50 of Mark Grable. 4th, the 19 of Joe Barrows, and 5th at the line with it back in place. The front wing blowing back up. Aaron Schaefer. He'll take the 5th spot, and Andy Tunison. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the winner of Lane Automotive Comp Camps Heat Race number 2, all the way from Troy, Ohio, in car number 35. It's Ron Blair. Dustin Daggett and Tim Norman, Michigan versus Indiana on the front row. Actually, 2 Hoosiers and 2 Michigan residents ready to do battle for 4 laps around the Hartford Motor Speedway. Dustin Daggett leads the field down slowly to the chalk line. Green flag in the air. Norman and Daggett side by side in the 1st corner. Dustin Daggett will take the lead. Tim Norman into the 2nd spot. Steve Irwin into 3rd. Mark Grable into 4th. Through turns 3 and 4, Dustin Daggett is going to lead lap number 1. Daggett continuing to pull away from the rest of the field. Irwin starting to pull in on Norman for the 2nd spot. On through turns 3 and 4 to complete lap number 2. Track continuing to get faster. Dustin Daggett as the cushion moves up. Hooked up and hauling. Sees the white flag. Got 1 lap to go in the total seal. Fast car down. Down the back straightaway through turns 3 and 4 for the 2nd time tonight. Dustin Daggett will see the checkered flag this time in the fast car dash. Tim Norman will finish in the 2nd spot. 3rd goes to the 30 of Steve Irwin, and fourth to the 50 of Mark Grable. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time tonight, put your hands together for the winner of the Total Seal Fast Car Dash, presented by Gertie Engines from Portland, Michigan, the 2M of Dustin Daggett. Sprints on Dirt, presented by Victor Rines. Race fans, make some noise and send them off next time by for 25 laps at the 2008 King of Michigan. And we're not going to waste any time. We're going green this time by. Irwin and Bears bringing the field down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime at Hartford Motor Speedway. Here we go. Field thunders into turn number one. Steve Irwin is going to lead the field down the back straightaway. Joe Bears into the second spot. Brett Mann and Ron Blair wheel the wheel for the third position. Mann with the advantage through turns 3 and 4. Give the third spot to Brett Mann on lap number one. Dustin Daggett crossed up in the infield, loses a couple of spots. Meanwhile, race for the second spot. Off the fourth quarter, Mann and Bears wheel the wheel down the front straightaway on lap number 3. Mann to the inside, Bears on the cushion. Still side by side down the back straightaway. It's Mann and Bears for the second spot. Still wheel the wheel through turns 3 and 4. Brett Mann on the bottom, Joe Bears on the top. Still side by side for the second spot. Give it to Brett Mann into turn 1. Joe Bears will tuck in below Ron Blair, holding up the fourth spot. Now Better Tan sneaks by the 50 of Mark Grable for 5th. It's still Irwin. Man, it's all Dustin Daggett into the wall in turn 4. Dustin Daggett in the fence. Caution flag is out. Also the 11 car, Tim Allison, slows on the speedway. And this one is going to change everything. You're defending King of Michigan, SOD Summer Nationals champion. His night ends against the fence. Tim Allison also with mechanical problems. Wow. Fourth to 35 of Ron Blair. Unofficially, the 50 of Mark Grable rounding out the top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Daggett, A-OK. Give him a round of applause, folks. Always puts on one heck of a show everywhere he goes. And the leader is in the pit area with a flat tire. Steve Irwin to the work area with a flat tire. He will have 2 laps to change that. So Brett Mann inheriting the lead. Unbelievable change of events here. Dustin Daggett up against the fence and Steve Irwin, while in the lead, going pit side with a flat tire. Plenty of contenders still left in this one. 21 circuits left around the big half mile here at the Hartford Motor Speedway. Brett Mann bring the field down. Green flag in the air. Field thunders into turn 1. Grable looking to the outside of Blair. Can't get it done. Blair on the inside. Grable on the outside. Grable sideways. Close action. Contact off the fourth corner. Blair holds on to the spot, but here comes Better Tan. Tim Norman tries to follow him through, can't quite get there. Look out, turn 2, Gary Fast up in the wall. gathers it up. Wow, I don't know how he saved that one. Meanwhile, Brett Mann opens up a full straightaway advantage over Joe Bears. Ron Blair in third, the 23 of Banner Tan in the fourth spot. Sean Robinson getting close, and check out Steve Irwin. Irwin starting to move through the pack. Irwin already back up to the 9th position. Irwin working on Dane Nida for the 7th spot. Meanwhile, up front it is all Brett Mann. Full straightaway advantage over Joe Bears. The 35 of Ron Blair in the 3rd spot. 4th, the 23 of Banner Tan. 5th, the 50 of Mark Grable. Sean Robinson now on the move. Robinson starting to put the heat on Tim Norman as your leader approaches slower traffic. Robinson all over the back bumper of Tim Norman. 31 car, Andy Tunison slowing on the back straightaway. He's not going to be able to get off the speedway. Caution flag is out. Also problems for the car number 50 of Mark Grable. Grable with problems. He's going to go pit side. So the 50 car off the speedway. And this race getting more bizarre by the moment. It is not paying to run up front tonight. Mark Grable with mechanical trouble. He heads pit side. Drivers teasing that turn 2 wall precariously close. I'm still kind of wondering how Gary Fast managed to gather that up. Sean Robinson also getting way up by the fence in turn 2. Brett Mann looking for his 3rd Sprint Honda win in 2008. Joe Bears looking for his first since several years ago at the Owendale Speedway. Off the 4th corner, green flag in the air. Bears hangs right with Mann in the corner number 1, but through the middle of the turn, Mann able to open up some distance. Check out Sean Robinson on the top side of Tim Norman, but can't quite get it done. Field races into turn 3. Look at Steve Irwin. Irwin's trying to close in on that lead path. Second on back, right together on the speedway. Brett Mann continues to open up his advantage. Now about 3/4 of a straightaway lead for Brett Mann with 11 laps down. Through turns 3 and 4. Another lap clicked off for Brett Mann. Joe Bears doing a tremendous job in that 2nd spot. Now Banner Tan hops over the cushion. Here comes Tim Norman to capitalize. Norman's gets to the inside. He'll take away the 4th spot down the front straightaway. Top drivers out front, no room for mistakes as we are halfway through the King of Michigan. And it is all Brett Mann out front. Dominating performance in the 79 car. Joe Bears in this position 1 year ago, blew a motor while running in the top 3 at Hartford, looking to finish this one off in 2nd spot. Lap traffic will be a factor. The 70 of Jim Lingard ahead of your leader. Man taking no chances, clears the lap traffic on the straightaway. Continuing to open up his advantage. Meanwhile, Tim Norman on the move, closing in on Ron Blair. Norman continuing, seems like his car is getting better as this race goes on. Norman right to the back bumper of Ron Blair. Lap traffic will be a factor down the back straightaway. Nose to tail into turn number 3. Blair clears the 70 car of Lingard. Lingard slides up. Norman takes the inside. He'll clear the 70 as well. 18 laps complete for Brett Mann. Can he finish this off to win his first King of Michigan Sods International? Joe Bears trying to keep him in sight. Tim Norman on the move. He wants to make this another classic Norman versus Mann battle at Hartford. Battle for third in turns 3 and 4. Norman working the inside, close in turn 4. Norman has to check up. Blair hangs on to the spot. Turns 1 and 2. Blair now with about a 3-car advantage as your leader comes up on lap traffic. Now Blair, after seeing Norman's nose, picks up the pace a little bit. Just 5 more laps to go. Heavy lap traffic in front of your leader. Norman trying to catch Blair one more time. Caution flag on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Large piece of debris on the back straightaway. You can see it. One of the cars actually running over it. Just under the checkered flag mark to the right of the word speedway on the backstretch. Brett Mann brings the field down. Mann bringing the field down. Green flag in the air. Lingard goes to the inside. The field moves by him. Sean Robinson gets checked up. Here comes Steve Irwin, 3 wide around the 70 car. Bears trying to hold on, Econo sprint style. For 2 more laps. Ron Blair right behind him. Tim Norman with a run on Ron Blair. Pulls up to the back bumper. Blair gets away in the back straightaway. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Brett Mann. Battle for second still. He did battle for 5th. Side by side at the line. Steve Irwin underneath better Tim has points implications. Meanwhile, one more time through turns 3 and 4, the 2008 champion of the King of Michigan will be Brett Mann. Second will go to Joe Bears. Third to the 35 of Rob Blair. Fourth to the 3G of Tim Norman. And the 30 of Steve Irwin after blowing a tire rounds out the top 5. Race fans, it was a wild one. This is going to be a good victory lane. Race fans, if you're heading out, thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure to drive home safely. Yeah, watch your head. Family coming down. He's got the helmet off. Ladies and gentlemen, your King of Michigan champion for 2008, the Hoosier Rocket, Brett Mann. Bill Rowley, Herb Froelich, the rest of the crew. That's the way to race for a championship, man. Welcome to the victory lane at the King of Michigan.
I tell you, I've been wanting to get here a long time. This is a race I've really wanted to win. I've run second a couple times, and like I say, it feels good to get this monkey off my back. So that was great.
Now, all those restarts you had to wait through in this thing, man, what were you thinking during all those?
Well, it's like anything. You hear all kinds of noises, and I'm like, man, have I got enough fuel in the car? It's just like anything that can go wrong, you're worried about. But when we got that last restart with 3 to go, I thought, well, I'm just going to gas her up and see if we can pull this thing out.
And of course, I know you got a bunch of people to thank for this deal.
Yeah, I got to thank my car owners, Bill and Herb, and my brother-in-law for busting his ass on this thing. He really works hard. And Hoosier Tire, Lane Automotive, Circle Wheels, IDI. Like I say, a lot of our sponsors have been with us a long time and helped me out, and this means a lot to win it, not just for me, but for them too. And all you race fans for coming out tonight, and I said I really appreciate it. We couldn't be out here doing this if it wasn't for you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's King of Michigan SOD Summer Nationals winner, Brett Mann. I want to sincerely thank Jim Borden and Rob up there for doing such a great job reviving this great facility. People in Hartford have a first-class place you can be proud of, and we look forward to coming back next year. Hey, Rob, what do you got coming up next?